Look at them. Look at them, Montero. They're leaving us. Look at them. Look at them. Off to New York to the Big Apple. Over here. Bye bye. Say bye bye. Bye bye. Basically, everyone in my family except for me this year has gone to New York for a vacation. Okay, come on, Auntie Rose, let's go get some breakfast. Put y'all in here right quick. I'm still trying to figure out this angle right here, cause so as you saw in the last clip, let me turn this down for a bit. I dropped off my parents to, cause they're going to New York for their 30th anniversary? 31st, I think, 30th, 31st. First off, 30 years, my God, that is long, okay? Like, legit, there are people I can't even stand to be around for 30 seconds, let alone 30 years. So shout out to them. So, I was babysitting yesterday since my parents are, they're off to New York having fun. They're sending all the pictures and eating all the food and whatnot. And so I've been babysitting, but my sister's finally babysitting now. So that means I have today and tomorrow by myself. I'm so excited. So, yeah, I'm gonna go to the movies. I got my bucket of popcorn right here. I'm gonna go watch some Shang Li. Shang Li? Hi! Hey! Oh my goodness. Girl! Go ahead and eat. Oh wow.
She was tearing it up yesterday. You have to change your shirt.
Oh my goodness. You got a bib! Me and my watermelon. Let me put y'all on here. Today I'm gonna go to the coffee shop to go read. It's a good drive to get there. It's a good drive. I'm gonna be listening to an audiobook. I'm gonna be listening to, cause I signed up again for Scrib. Oh, it's a butterfly. For my YA book club because we started meeting up again. So that's what I'm gonna be reading. Listening. That's what I'm gonna be listening to, and then at the coffee shop, I'm gonna be trying to finish the book that I purchased last week from that other coffee shop. So that's the plan today. Alright, y'all. So I was at the coffee shop. It was great, like usual, but I think Sundays, I don't think I'll come on here on Sundays again because y'all, there's too many people for my comfortability. So I'm gonna go to another coffee shop. Now it said on here it's also gonna be busy, but I think if there's too many people here, I'm just gonna get my coffee to go and go home because there's barbecue anyways. But I just wanna, see other places. The sunroof. Oh, look at this angle. So I'm about to go back home now. It's like a 30-minute drive, which isn't that bad. But I got, y'all, this place, I don't know what this is called, but let's give it a try. Oh. Whew, this is delicious. Oh yeah, what a great place. Are you gonna go back in? Why should you need help with that?
It's so difficult. Everything. Everything.
Oh, look at those butterflies. Alright, let me put y'all on here. Oh, zoomed in accidentally. That's weird for everyone. Alright, so it's another day. I'm going to another coffee shop. I know! Just chill. I did finish my audiobook that I was listening to, which was Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. I just finished it today, actually. So while I'm going to go to the coffee shop, I thought I would listen to the other book that is for our book club, which is On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. I don't know what I think about Grown when I have some time, but I don't know how I feel about it yet, because I would say I'm halfway. I don't really have like the strongest of the feelings for it. We'll see. All right, y'all. So I just got done with that coffee shop. It's really nice in there, but um, I noticed because I'm here in Auburn, in case you don't know, which is basically a college town. So there's a lot of college kids. First of all, I feel really old. I go to these coffee shops and there's so many like college kids. Obviously, they're doing their schoolwork and whatnot. And I just feel old. Like a few days ago, my coworkers they're young. They're like 21 and like 22. And they were like, Michael, you should come to the club with us in Auburn. And I said, I am a little bit too old for that. Okay. My bedtime is like what? But can I just talk about something real quick? I know that different prices of things are different depending on the city and like the cost of living, right? I feel like a lot of these coffee shops here in Auburn really undersell their coffees. Like I think they should be charged more because some of these coffee prices, like the thing I just bought, so I bought this just for something to go home, was only $6, and this is like matcha and coffee. I feel like it should be at least more, like way more than that. They're worth more in my opinion. So I'm obviously like I'm leaving a good tip, but it's just like you guys should price these coffees more. But that's just an opinion of mine because I think it's worth it. But again, I don't know. I know when I was in college, I mean $5 for a cup of coffee, that is a lot. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. That's it's pretty expensive. I got some good reading done. The audiobook that I'm listening to, I'm really enjoying it. It's so cool. Like I'm really liking it so far. All right, so I am going to do my skincare while I talk to y'all about these audiobooks that I am going to read. Now, if you notice that the quality changes just a tad bit, I am gonna lower the resolution on this camera just one, so that way it won't overheat and I can talk for a really long time. And also two, this camera shows a lot, okay? It shows a lot. It is so detailed. When I tell you detailed, when I watch this back on my TV, when I tell you I can literally see all my pores in 4K. I mean all of it. I can see everything. So just to give myself a little bit of a boost, I'm not gonna do that. So today I'm gonna shave. I'm not gonna show you the whole routine because it's gonna be too long, but I am gonna shave. I'm gonna put my mask on. It's gonna be great. So let me just get started. Ooh, this is, y'all, I love these type of videos. There's a lot going on. So first I'm gonna double cleanse and then I am going to shave. Because shaving technically is like exfoliating, and that's why I always apply a mask afterwards. That honey mask is because it just gives my skin this really nice feel to it. And I just really enjoy it. It's my favorite part of my skincare whenever I shave is the honey mask afterwards, because I love it so much. And I know I'll repeat it all the time, but it's literally my favorite step. It smells so good. So, you guys don't need to see what I put on after. It's like retinol and all that jazz. Now my skin is very tolerant of a lot of products. So someone might be commenting like, oh my God, you're exfoliating and you're putting retinol. I'm just letting y'all know now, my skin can handle it. I haven't like got an irritation or like severeness to my skin. So don't follow this routine. I'm going to be using this Dermalogica pre-cleanse oil for the double cleanse. I do have another pair because this is expensive. Is this, sorry, it's the cabinet. It's this one from Unique. It's a Korean brand. This, I'm not going to lie, it smells like baby. Okay? It gives me, when I put it on, it reminds me of my niece when I'm changing her diaper, which smells illicit a memory for me. Like this just reminds me of Sage. So on a dry face, let's put this oil on. You only need one pump with this one because like it's so rich. Y'all, I freaking love skincare. Okay, I'm shave. I just used the Harry's one. I mean, I get a subscription. It comes in the mail for me, and I was like, okay, that's it, fine, sure. I used to shave in the morning, but then I started shaving at night. I was like, why don't I shave at night. Like, that seems a little bit different. And so I started shaving at night because I haven't filmed in quite a while, so I don't know if I'm repeating myself, but I probably am. And my sister's always like, why do you repeat yourself? Well, that way you'll know, okay? I also started to do that because it also helps me avoid, that really baby look, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so let's talk about the first book. Hold up, I gotta pull up Scrib. So I signed up again for Scrib. I used to have it, but then, like when they first started and whatnot. But then I was like, I don't know. I used to be really into audiobooks way back, like when I first started my channel. And then I just stopped. I don't know why. But now that I'm getting back into it, I actually, okay. I can't talk while I shave. Yeah, I'm losing train of thought, y'all. Natalie, the head person who runs the book club, she always picks a book that's officially chosen by the YA Association. I think that's what they're called. But she also picks a. She also tries to pick a book that relates to it somehow, and so she picked these two books. And I can see how they relate. The first one is Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson, narrated by Joniece Abbott-Pratt. This story is about Enchanted, who is an aspiring singer, and so she fails this audition that she enters, and come to find out, this super popular singer, Corey, shows up at the audition, and he finds interest in her. Now, mind you, she is, at this point of the story, she is 17, okay? So 17. Here in the US, I know some people are probably going to watch this overseas, but here in the US, the age of consent, in general, depends on your state, really. But, because I'm thinking like Alabama, that shit is like young, okay? It's young. But I think the overall, don't quote me on, okay, don't take this as fact. But overall, the consensus is 18 for age of consent. This does have correlation. I mean, even Jackson notes it in the author notes. I don't know if I can say it on the YouTube. Is R. Kelly and the situation that he was in. She says on there it doesn't it's not really about that. But I mean, this overall, I'm not gonna lie, I think I was in the fence about this book. Because especially I was like in the middle. If I were to give this out of 5 stars, like on Goodreads, which I haven't been on there in a while, I would give it 2.5 out of 5. There are things that I really did enjoy, and I don't want it to, just because I'm about to talk critically of like the novel itself, I don't want y'all to think that it diminishes any of the good things that it does, especially portraying how someone have like a power balance and can take an advantage of someone like Enchanted. Y'all, I am missing patches because I'm talking too much. So there are like huge twists and turns in this novel, and it makes the reader believe one thing, and also like it keeps you on your toes, essentially. I really do like that. It felt very thrillerish while also conveying this really important subject. And I was like, oh, because I am one of those people that I just love to analyze it in general. So I was like, oh, what's going to happen here? And I think it does that. I think that it does that really well because it also coincides with one of the themes that the book portrays, is that all the different sides and facets of how people view and their opinions on that type of subject, about girls being fast, about like temptation, and about things like that. I think that the way that without giving too much away, I think that all the twists and turns that the story does take, the use of that contributes really greatly to the conversation about it, if that makes any sense. Like I think it's doing the double work that is really nice about it. The double edge of that is also, it does this thing with mental health that I kind of had a side eye about it. I can't wait to tell our book club because I want to hear what the other people think, because a warm towel. I don't know about that part, because it seems I know Jackson is not doing it, but it's making it, I'm missing patches, y'all. I got hair everywhere. Hold on. It's making mental health almost trivial because of what it does with mental health, if that makes any sense. Like, it's hard to talk about it without giving the twists and turns about with the story. But if you read the story, then you know. And I don't know. I was like, I don't know how I feel about it. It was like up and down for me the whole time. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I don't know. This is not a good format about like coherent thoughts, but it's so much fun. So I'm gonna put the honey mask on next. This one right here from it's the honey mask. I love this stuff so much to just shave. What was I saying? See, Lord. But I did like the pacing of it. It's like from the beginning, it's really engaging because it kind of like starts off like, ooh, what's gonna happen here? Oh, y'all, this smells so good. It smells so good too. Oh, God, I love this stuff. Just slather this shit on me. Sorry to my vegan friends and viewers.
10 minutes. Counting down.
Okay, and I'm also gonna, I do a lip scrub while I do this, so that way, multitasking. And I'm gonna clean up. So again, multitasking again. I'm really close to this camera, I'm sorry. Okay, so what was I saying? I need to buy one of those lip brushes, lip scrub brushes, but I'm just gonna use my finger. So not only like with the home stuff, but also just in general about her life and how someone can be groomed like this. It's really interesting because one of the books that still I think about all the time from my book club was this book called Dime. I'll put the picture right here. And that, oh my God, talk about a heartbreaking novel. That one is from like a first person point of view from, I believe she was like 10 or 12, and how she would get how she basically got groomed and becoming into sex work. It's really devastating of a story, but it's so impactful. Like we still bring it up every once in a while at book club because it was like one of those books that we remember. Like I just remember all the time. I think it really does a good job, especially if you don't know that much, like how like the psychological aspect of it, because like you see this little girl who's dealing with a lot of stuff at home. And how someone with like a power shift, like who has more power, it's really easily like be able to be lured into that, especially like a bright eyes type of situation. Now, also, let me just talk about this. Okay, sometimes I forget that these books are meant for young adults. Okay, I am 31, so let me talk about it. The choices that she makes. Okay. This goes back to the other thing I just talked about. The choices that she makes. At first I was thinking like, girl, what are you doing? Like, why? Go back to her. Then I have to stop and think. This person is 17. When I was 17, let me tell you, I made stupid decisions, okay? And it is one of those things where when you are so young, okay, that is young, okay? People don't think it is, but that is young. You think you know so much, but then when you grow up and you realize, damn, I was dumb. So every time she made a stupid decision, let me not call it stupid, okay? Every time she made a rash decision, I said, girl, what is you doing? But again, I always have to step back. I'm like, wow. I always have to step back and be like, okay, Michael, reel it back. But I also think Jackson does a good job explaining like why she would make some of those decisions. Because like, why would you go back? Like that type of situation, I was like, okay, I get it. I understand. And overall, again, like the one thing that I think also turned me off is that some of the writing, like the writing style is just it's just to the point. Like nothing really like flowery. There are parts in here where the writing for me, even though I was listening to it, I still do see it written, is that it felt very try hard. And there are parts in here where like it works, sometimes it doesn't. I was a little bit iffy. There was this portion about water, which I thought was like really good because I love that I love the symbolisms of water, and I know how much it is, especially in like Black literature, like the symbolism of water and what it does, and like the meaning of it in general. I thought that was really smart, especially how she kind of ties it back, how Jackson ties it back to Toni Morrison, which we love. And so I was like, oh my yes. But there was also this part where I was like, there's like references to like The Little Mermaid, and I was like, okay. There are parts where I like, but there are parts where I didn't like, and I'm literally in the middle about this novel. I'm really interested to see what my book club members thought about it, because before, like a month ago, before we met, Natalie was talking about this book, and she's like, I think there's a twist or something, and I was like, oh no. And so when I was listening to it, I was like, could this be the twist? But yeah. So overall, I would give it 2.5. I don't know. Now, if I am editing these back and I'm seeing like this is just all over the place, I'm gonna have to think about the strategy of doing this just, what is this, 10 minutes? My timer's up, it's 10 minutes. Is On the Come Up by Angie Thomas, narrated by Bahni Turpun. That name sounds familiar. I feel like Turpun has done, oh yes, oh my god, Turpun has done a lot of audiobooks. And Darkest Child by Dolores Phillips. Yo, that book was good. Oh my gosh, she narrated a lot. I am only about 25% through it. I'm just gonna put a whole bunch of stuff on my face, basically. It's long story short. So I'm not gonna talk through them. This is really good. I'm really liking this so far. But so I'm gonna lay them out and then I'm gonna go through them. I'm not gonna tell y'all what it is. Y'all don't really need to know, because this is a book channel, okay? So I started listening to this today, actually, as I was going to that coffee shop, and I was coming back. In case y'all don't know, because see, now I don't know where these videos are going to fall. I'm using a toner. It doesn't need a cotton pad. Y'all, in case y'all don't know, I got a new car. My car broke down. There was a vlog about it, and I was like so disappointed. It broke down, and I was like, it's time to get a new car. So I got a new car. It has AC, y'all. It has AC. For the longest time, ever since I was driving, since I was 16, 15, I've never had 16, 15, 17, I don't know, I forgot. I've never had air conditioning in my car, and I do live in the South. And people who say climate change is not happening, when I tell you it is hotter this year, it is hot this year. This is what happens when I talk too much. I can't concentrate on the skincare. Hold up, wait a minute. So this story is about Bree, who is an aspiring rapper. Now, I don't know how the story's gonna end, so I'm just starting it, just to let y'all know. And y'all, so far, it was good. First off, the narration is great, okay? Like, there's actual rapping in here. Poetry, it's great. That's one aspect that, when I tell you I love, oh my gosh, it's so good. And one of my favorite things about that is that, like, so, reasons why I love shows like Project Runway, like these competitive shows, where like artistry is like the forefront, like I just like full bloom and stuff like that. We get to see artists and how they approach and their concept to their art, if that makes any sense. Like they're like the way that they think. I always love that type of stuff. Like seeing how artists think about how they approach their art, if that makes any sense. How Brie forms her lines, and I was like, oh, the way she conceptualizes the poetry aspect and how like she thinks about that, like spits out the verses. I was like, oh, this is so cool. So the retinol I'm using, in case you're wondering, I finished the other one and I decided to try a new one. The other one was actually working really well. Is this one by Rock? I'm not gonna lie, it smells very flowery. And it reminds me of like Elizabeth Taylor type of perfume. I don't know why, but it's giving me that vibe. I don't really have that much wrinkles. Not flexing or anything, but I'm just saying. Like there's this hustle that she has, Brie, and seeing all the different aspect of it from like all her family members is really I think it's really cool. And I'm not gonna lie, the connection to The Hate You Give, I was like, oh, that's really cool. I was like, because apparently I think all of Angie Thomas's stories are connected, like not like connected, but it's kind of like American Horror Story, how they're all connected, but they're really not connected. So far though, while I am enjoying like the artistic approach of it, I don't really know if I could say that I'm really loving it. Well, I don't want to compare, but I don't know how it'll be compared to The Hate You Give, because that's her most popular book, and I really like that novel. So yeah, I'm good. This is just a sleeping mask. Do I need one? No. That's about it. If you read any of the 2 books, let me know. I guess I'll continue doing this because I'm getting back onto my audiobook vibes. Because I just really like listening to it now in my new car. I was like, oh yes. Ooh, look at my skin. Alright, so that's it. That's all I can think of. This is the final look. Look at my skin. Yeah. So until then, I'll see you guys for another video. Bye! I also, in case you don't know, I am about to put on like a lip mask, put on my lotions, do all that jazz.